Have you ever been in a situation that felt so detrimental and so urgent that you had to do something you would normally not do? I mean, your back is up against the wall. You are willing to risk everything to make this one thing go through. Now, it may not be as drastic, but that is exactly where Roller is. And I'm sure that we can relate in some form or fashion where you have to figure a quick way out of some shit you done got yourself into. That's where Roller is. And listen, it don't look so good. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time visiting, why don't you stay a while, kick up your shoes, get you some popcorn, get your little drink, honey, and let's have a conversation. Become part of my family. Be a ray of sunshine by clicking that subscribe button. And since you're there already, go ahead and click the notification bell so you are alerted of the videos that I upload. If you already been shining with me, rocking with me for real, already a ray of sunshine, you know what it is. I love you. I'm grateful to and for you from the bottom of my heart, and I do mean that in the real sense of the words. So, y'all, what y'all think about this hair? Oh, before I say anything else, I'm sorry that this is late. I went to the lake and had a good time, hence the reason my hair is braided. All you see is face. A friend of mine always says my face is really, really big. So sorry, not really. Let's recap what happened in episode 8, Teatro. Teatro, Roller was back. Okay, Roller was here, live and in charge. Poof, like magic, he has reappeared in the salon. We also see that think that he has amnesia, but find out he really knows what the fuck is going on. We also find out that he is in the midst of some shit, that he had been ciphering money from Uncle Daddy at Suncoast Rejuvenation and giving it to Riva and the Russians. $30,000 a week to be exact. And he's in a particular place because now they want a lump sum of $150K and he needs to figure out where he's getting that money from. But quick thinking Roller says, oh, I remember who killed me, but gives the details of what Desna and Virginia did to him, but blames it on the Russians, okay? So that they can retaliate against the Russians. We also see that Bryce and Jen are having some issues, but we knew that they were having some issues and she was feeling good about that Jewish man before. But now she wants him out of being a mobster, but Bryce is in love with the gangster life. And Bryce and Roller are at odds. Bryce and Roller are fighting because Roller wants his spot back as king of the hill, as the lion king of the jungle. However, Uncle Daddy is like, Bryce is doing a great job. You get the MRI trucks. And to Roller, that of course is a step down. Instead of him thinking, how can I make this into some money? This is a step down. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have Polly and Ken, who seem to have hooked up, and Ken is now, you know, like all drooling over her. And then, of course, the wonderful Dean and Virginia and their budding, blossoming relationship. But before we close out of last episode, Desna tells Riva that Roller is going to pin his murder on the Russians. In addition, we see that Roller and Desna meet up at the marina. And Desna is in a world of trouble. Roller is like, bitch, you will not make it to the end of the day. He kidnaps her in her car. Here we are today, season 9, episode 9, Ambrosia. So yeah, y'all know I don't do nothing the right way, but I do try and tell you what the opening scene was. The opening scene was Desna and Roller in the car driving. Roller had decided he had a plan to get the money, and that was to steal it from Uncle Daddy by cleaning out the accounts that had been that the nail artisans had been money laundering for him, which ultimately would make it look like Desna stole the money from him. But his plan is to kill Desna. So yeah, she steals the money from him. It's gone. I killed her, but she didn't have the money on her. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, let's talk about a few things. I actually loved the flashbacks. If y'all remember, like episode 3 or 4, how do you want backstory and stuff? And everybody don't want backstory, but I like backstory. And I loved the flashbacks of Desna and Roller's relationship while they were driving down the 310, I think, Highway 310, on their way cleaning out the bank accounts. I loved the flashbacks and how they showed us how they became Desna and Roller, the couple. You understand? It also makes me think this is, again, another writer. They switched writers again. It feels a little different. But nonetheless, I still enjoyed it. Y'all see that little sun casting on me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I hope it don't bother you too much. Anyway. So we see that she wasn't even interested in Roller in the beginning. She didn't want no fake wannabe gangster white boy. She did not want him, but ended up going out on a date with him to Shishi's of all places. And it's so like true to form when it comes to women. We end up going out on a date with somebody that we don't necessarily want to go out on a date with, end up having a semi-good time, but we're lonely, really in a space, got a scratch that needs to be itched, end up fucking them. I mean, and that's really what happened. End up fucking him. And he, you know, in her instance, he introduced her into the life. Now, I can let you in if you want to be in. All you got to do is money launder the money for the peel business through nail artisans. Just come in once a week, take it, and we'll give you some money. You know, we saw that. We saw that she was uncomfortable with it, and we also saw her and Polly having a conversation about a key word, ambrosia salad. Like, that is something that's key that we will talk about in a minute. But we also saw them talking about, if you get into any trouble, use ambrosia salad as your keyword. We also saw where Roller actually did go to bat for Desna with Uncle Daddy about the 20 grand that Roller had promised him. But Uncle Daddy was like, it's my money and don't be promising no money or whatever. So I really liked that whole little flashback that they gave me of their relationship and where they are, kind of bringing us to how they got to where they are today as Roller and Desna, the nail artisan, manager, owner, and the thug boy, white boy who, you know, is a drug dealer. I liked it. But since we are talking about them, let's talk about them a little bit. I don't want to talk about them a lot because, you know, part of it is the climax, right? So let's talk about them in that ride in the car that they had that seemed like it was forever. Like, it seemed like they were never going to get out of the car. And I just was like, when are you going to get out the car? So when they did, they went to the bank and you saw, you know, the bank teller be like, oh, back up, y'all. I'm sorry. So Desna in the car tells Roller, the girls are going to need to know where I am. They're going to be looking for me. I need to call them. I need to tell them what's going on. I need to call them. They need to know that I'm okay. Roller tells her to tell them that you're fine, that I took the deal that you said, that I'm going to back off of you in Virginia, and that you're going to celebrate with your boyfriend, the doctor, Dr. Greg. You're going to go celebrate with him, and as we can see, glimpses, Roller is definitely jealous of Dr. Greg. He seems to have his shit together. He knows that that's the kind of man that Desna deserves to be with. So you see him being jealous of him all through the episode. But, so he allows her to call the shop, and China Doll answers the phone. Honey, y'all, listen. Cute as a button. Dumb as rocks. So when she calls, she gives her, hey, he took the deal. He said, I won't tell Uncle Daddy. It's fine, and I won't kill you in Virginia. I'm going to celebrate with the doctor. I'm going to have lamb chops and ambrosia salad, and I am going to hop on his cock, okay? Now, before she hangs up, she says to China Doll, Virginia, make sure you tell Polly and the other girls. And right then and there, I said to myself, when she said, make sure you tell Polly, something that she is saying is going to trigger something in Polly so that Polly can take action. Well, dumb as rocks, China doll did not relay the message verbatim like she should. You know, and my thing is, if someone says to you, make sure you tell Polly and the other girls, you're going to try and recollect everything that was said. But she just says, I'm going to, Roller's not going to kill me. Oh, or Desna. And she's going to go celebrate. He took the deal and she's going to go celebrate and have dinner and hop on his cock. Well, she tells that to Polly and Polly's all like, oh, yeah, no, I don't know about that. That's not the verbiage she uses. It's so funny that when you have friends, friends know the language that you speak. I mean, we all speak a certain language. I mean, it's English that I'm talking to you, but I have a certain way of speaking, a certain phrases that you're used to me saying, like I love you for real, hugs and kisses and lots of love. Like there are certain, baby, like there are certain things that you know that you might hear from me while I'm recording. So are there certain things that your friends know about you. So they knew that that was not her regular speech, her regular speak. That's not the way that she would describe a penis, okay? She would be like his big ass dick, not his cock, okay? Black girls really don't say cock. It don't even sound right coming out my mouth, cock. Anyway, so as time progresses, you see Desna and Roller in the car and Desna pleading like, you know you love me, you don't have to kill me, just call Uncle Daddy. You see them go into a bank and the chick is all like, I know you from church, whatever, Ebenezer. I don't know where the hell she said she was. But Desna told her, I'm from Holy Ebenezer Lutheran Presbyterian, I think it was. I'm making that up. But she was like, help? And of course, again, the teller did not catch the help. I mean, she looked distressed. It was awkward. I mean, just their interaction showed me that something wasn't right between their relationship. Do y'all be observant like that? You should be observant of your surroundings and see what's going on. And I know we live in a society of mind your own business, but if something doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, I think you should pay attention. That way you need to know. So you would know either you need to go or you need to send somebody to help somebody. Because you ain't got to go confront the people yourself, but it would be good to help somebody out. Well, when they leave, she finds a nail file and is all like, okay, I'm thinking, bitches, you finna try to stab him. Please don't do no dumb shit. You're gonna die quickly if you do some dumb shit. But she didn't. She put the file in the tire and Roller had to change the tire. While changing the tire, one of the state patrolmen pull up and she's all like, help, everything okay? Help, you know, and the officers are like, all right, have a good day, because of course a lot of the police officers in Menifee County are on Uncle Daddy's payroll. So yeah, sorry, not sorry, he's not going to help you. As they continue to drive, they end up getting all the money that they needed, right? He gets all the money that they need and he's all like, we're going to go to the meeting point. They get a text message from the Russians and they say, meet us at the abandoned amusement park. Okay, meet us there at the abandoned amusement park. When we get there, I mean, you know, and here we go. Rollers are like, why are they changing the meeting point? What's the problem? What's going on? And he's all like, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me, bitch. What did you do? What did you say? And Desna comes clean. Desna's like, I told Reva that you said the Russians had killed him and that you're trying to set them up. Okay, well, that was dumb. I understand that you under pressure. I understand that you in the moment, but you just made your matters worse, because anybody else, he's already got the money. He could surely kill you already. But as you plead that he loves you, evidently he does love you. Here's something that happened that was so sentimental to me, that had my heart like eyes tearing. I couldn't believe it. She called Dean. She said, please let me call Dean. There's nobody else. Please let me call Dean and say goodbye for the last time, because I'm all he's got. When she calls Dean, you can see, you know, Dean is oblivious. He's not paying attention to that. But Dean tells her, you know, I love Virginia. I love having sex with Virginia. Virginia makes me happy. I know she's not all that great, but neither am I. She can calm me down. And you've always wanted me to find somebody that will love you, love me like you do. And Virginia does love me that way. I want to marry her. Can I have your blessing? The whole time, Desna is in tears, honey, and those tears were real tears. They were that sentimental trickle down your face, and she's all, Dean, I want you to remember that I love you. I love you. I love you. I mean, and she's just crying and gives her blessing, because now it's like, well, I'm not going to be here. You know, reality is setting in. I'm not going to be here, but Virginia will be here. She will probably marry Dean, and we'll be fine. He'll be fine. I won't have to worry about my brother anymore. So I'm going to stop right here, and let's talk about, who are we going to talk about? Let's talk about Bryce. Let's talk about Bryce. Bryce has lost his mind. Oh, before we talk about Bryce, y'all see that Roller has really left the farm, went off the reservation. That woman did a number on him. He cannot pull it together, will not pull it together, and is just all the way to the left. I probably should have said that before I started the car ride, but whatever. Y'all heard it. So Bryce also has gone nuts. Okay, has lost it. You know, we already knew he was a few dollars short, or a few quarters short of $1. That's the right word, right phrase. We already knew that he wasn't there already, that he had already had drug addiction problems. We already saw that he had started using again. And for some reason, he decides to go in there and plead with Uncle Daddy to go after the Russians. That, you know, that it's not regular, that this is, you know, Roller. We need to avenge his attempted murder or his death or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Uncle Daddy's all like, you're right. He sets up a meeting with one of the head Dixie Mafia, Ted. Ted comes in, and Ted is all weird, like earth, hippie, eccentric, kind of love the world vibe kind of guy. He does not give you the I'm a gangster, I'm part of the mafia, part of a drug cartel vibe, which I absolutely loved. I loved that he was unassuming. He came in and he had his peace stick. Y'all know about that stick? He had his peace stick, well, y'all know now, and you could only talk if you were holding the stick. And words were exchanged, and Bryce overstepped his boundaries and started talking sideways to Ted, and Ted whooped his ass with that stick, okay? And Ted pretty much said, listen, I don't want to hear anything else about the Russians. I don't want to cause no war. I don't want to be in no fights. There's nothing more we need to talk about with these Russians. Well, as he got ready to walk out, Bryce rushes him. You know, I guess he called himself going to beat him up, but he rushes him because he's fucking high. You can see he's amped up high on coke. Rushes him, he hits his head, he dies. Okay, now you've got a whole nother layer of trouble that the Dixie Mafia is dealing with, especially the Uncle Daddy segment, right? The Menifee County people. They end up hiding his body in the freezer because they know once the Dixie Mafia find out, it's over. Like, okay, Bryce, you're fucking up big time. You're fucking up big time. Your wife is concerned about you. She's so concerned about you and distraught that she goes over and she sees the Jewish hottie at the dance studio. And we knew it was going to happen. We knew that she was going to try to get her a piece of that goodness because he's a cutie pie. He really is. And he's different than Bryce. Who Bryce was different from her first husband on top of that. And we see them have an intimate moment. We see him go to kiss her, and it's awkward, and then she goes back to kiss him again. Honey, listen, it's the truth. When a woman is not getting what she needs, she goes elsewhere to find it. It is, I mean, it happens with men too, and it happens more with men than it does women, but it takes a woman a lot for a woman to do that. I'm going to put up with a lot of your shit because innately I'm loyal, innately I'm faithful. That's how God has made me to be, but you have pushed me and now I need something and I'm going to go get it from somewhere else. And she's going to feel bad about it, but right now that felt real good to her, that old intimate, hot-ass, wet-ass kiss she just had. But y'all, men, fellas, pay attention to your ladies. Ladies, pay attention to your fella. Make sure that you are supplying all of their needs as best as you can, because you don't want them stepping out on you. You understand? I'm sure you do. Let's talk about Polly. I love Polly. Y'all know I love Polly. Polly is probably my favorite character in the entire Claws series, okay? Polly is a boss. When they did the flashbacks, you saw Polly get picked up by the police, and she was scared, rightfully so. Like, you would be scared too. You ain't that tough. Y'all was probably looking at, look at her, you taking that money, and you know dang on well you'd be kicking and screaming too. Nobody wants to fucking go to prison. Nobody. And especially if you all Miss Molly Maid like Polly. However, you see Polly has a mind, like a real mind, like she's brilliant. No one can, come up with scenarios on the fly like that and this huge imagination and think as quick as she does if your brain isn't brilliant. So we see her constantly thinking, what is going on? It just something doesn't feel right. Desna saying that she's, gonna jump on a big cock, and wait a minute, Desna saying it's okay for Dean to marry Virginia. Hold on, now I know that something's wrong. Pretty baby, come here and tell me what Desna said. Virginia, not this again. She said, no, I need to know verbatim. And now Virginia gives an additional detail. She gives the details about what is going to be had for dinner. Lamb chops and ambrosia salad. And when she says ambrosia salad, the light goes on, and Polly's all like, she didn't say ambrosia salad. She said some kind of fusion salad. And Polly went back in her mind and remembered that ambrosia salad was the key word for I'm in trouble, help me. Like, you gotta have some real friends to have that kind of situation. When I think about my friends, I've got various types of friends, and I'm actually reconsidering a lot of my friendships as we speak right now. I'm in a certain place about friendships, but I'm just here to tell you, like, you have got to be a good friend if you have, code words and understandings and understand language patterns and all that stuff. You are definitely a great friend. You guys are good friends, real friends. So we don't see what Polly does with that information yet, but we know she's going to do something with that information. But Quiet Ann and motherfucking Arlene, baby, honey, let me tell you something. Quiet Ann is super in love with Arlene. When we see them, they are at Arlene's house having a good old funky intimate time, doing the sideway mamba, and Quiet Ann's like, I gotta go. Arlene's like, no, take a shower with me, get some toys, shave my pussy, and let's have a good time and then we'll both go to work. Well, Arlene, Quiet Ann, of course, is excited. I'm in love, and I love the connection that I have with Arlene, and this is really good. And she goes to go into the drawer, and she pulls out the glass dildo and a pink one and another. I think she pulled out some anal beads. Yeah, how do I know that? Because I'm a lady and I'm single. So, the glass dildo falls underneath the dresser. It goes under the dresser, and Quiet Ann finds Arlene's file on Desna and the ladies at Nail Artisan. Talk about mood changer. Talk about devastation. Talk about disheartening. It was definitely the way that Quiet Ann felt. We later find out that Arlene had an entire file, and they were going to come and arrest everyone at Nail Artisans for the murder of the Kuntzes because she found Desna's nail. That whole nail thing bothers me. She found Desna's nail, did some digging, and found out that Dean and Desna were wards of the court or of the state, and that the Kuntzes were actually their foster parents. Quiet Ann does not seem to be able to separate her loyalty for Desna and someone actually loving her in real life. And we know what that's like, ladies. We know what it's like to finally find somebody that loves us and then have to figure out how to separate the two. Where does my loyalty lie? What about me sometimes? And in this instance, I'm going to have to go with Polly. Polly's like, we have to get rid of Arlene. Quiet Ann's like, I love her. I can't. I love her. But she ends up giving her key information, which is she was almost fired or she was suspended for a DUI. Polly's like, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. And so we're going to talk about Arlene. Goodness. We're going to talk about Polly and Ken. See, now Ken is head over heels crazy for Polly. She put that good on him. He actually did it back to her. And she's actually afraid of that relationship is what we find out when she goes to him to get the benzo pills so that they could drop them in Arlene's drink and she'd be drowsy, right? So she goes in, she talks to Dr. Ken, tells Dr. Ken her need, and he's all like, no. And she's all like, you just won't do it because I don't want to be in a relationship with you. He's all like, you're right. You know it's good. I know it's good. Love is scary. What's wrong? What's the problem? She says love is scary. He says, yes, it is. But we would kill ourselves if it wasn't for love. So, long story short, she ends up coerces him into giving her the pills by saying she's going to talk about it and they can go on a date, which I believe to be true because I think she kind of likes him, but she is a little afraid of their relationship. And he gives her the pills. She gives him a kiss, which I think is a genuine kiss. I keep thinking that Anna's crawling on me, but it's my hair. Gives him a genuine kiss and goes on. Polly gives Quiet Ann the pills. Quiet Ann meets Arlene for coffee and drops the pills in her drink. When she drops the pills in her drink, you can see she's nervous about it. Like, should I stop her? Should I let her drink it? Should I stop her? Should I let her drink it? Should I stop it? Yes or no? Yes or no? And finds out, and then Arlene ends up drinking them. Arlene drinks them. They go their separate ways, and Arlene is all over the fucking street, back and forth, weaving and bobbing like you would think not that she was drunk, that something was wrong, like she had fallen asleep behind the wheel. That's how sporadic her driving was, how erratic her driving was. So we see that she gets pulled over and goes up on, and she don't even really stop. She just kind of drives up on top of the median. So I guess next episode we're going to see where that ends, or we're going to see that in the next season, in season 2. Because we do know that there is going to be a season 2. It will continue. Yes. Last thing. Desna and Roller. Roller and Desna pull up at the amusement park. They get out of the car. He unties Desna, tells Desna to get out of the car. She's all like, what the fuck I gotta get out the car for? But she gets out of the car hesitantly. The Russians get out of the car. He tosses the $150K at the Russians, and the Russians pull out their gun to shoot Roller, but Roller is quick on the draw, shoots one of the twins in the head, and the other one, I guess, like in the shoulder or something. And all while this commotion is going on, Desna's doing the right thing. She is making a run for it. Now, where is she running these hills? You know, it's the damsel in distress run. I don't know. She should have hopped her ass in that car and drove the fuck off is what she should have did, because there was too much commotion going on. But I can see where you don't want to get hit. So she did the right thing. She ran. And Roller is laughing like Roller is really crazy. He done lost his mind. Roller's laughing, and he is running after her, chasing her down. He catches up to her, pushes on her on her knees, and puts the gun in her face. Tells her, I'm going to kill you. She's pleading and crying, saying how much he loves her and that he doesn't want to do it. While she is pleading her case, Roller, please don't shoot me. You know you love me. You're making you're making a bad mistake. You're making the wrong decision. We can run off together. You can be the kingpin of your own, drug cartel, whatever. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. She looks behind her instead of her letting him get shot, you know, because she evidently does really love Roller and really is the ride or die chick that she said she was in the car. Roller, look behind you, and it's the Russian. He didn't kill him. The Russian comes up behind him, is shooting. Roller is shooting back. Desna gets up and she runs down the pathway in the amusement park like no other, like, I gotta go, you know, like she should have been doing, while Roller is trying to defend himself against the Russians. But listen, that's where they leave us. They leave us always with a cliffhanger. We want to know what the hell is going on. I need to know, did Polly find her? Were they looking for her? What's happening? I need to know what's going on. Did Roller get shot, or did the other twin die? How are they going to connect Ted's killing with the Russians? Because, baby, you know that that's what's going to happen, right? They're going to have to figure out how to make the Russians' killing or deaths look like something that Ted, part of the head of the Dixie Mafia, has done. You know, Ted, I meant to say, he was like, we don't want no problems with the Haitians, the drag queen. Matter of fact, speaking of transgender people, did y'all know that Shishi's was a transgender bar? Did you know that? I didn't know that. See, that's how come, what's her name's friend? China Doll's friend looked like a man, because it's a transgender strip club. Like, I didn't know that. I just caught that this episode, but it makes sense. It does. But I'm just saying, what is it that you think is going to happen? We've got one more episode. The finale is next week, and I am going to be on time, maybe even early with the finale. But what do you think is going to happen? Where do you think that we're going to go, and what cliffhanger are they going to give us that we have to wait until next summer for? Because I want to see where Polly and Dr. Ken end up. I definitely want to see if Virginia and Dean actually get married. I want to see if Roller ends up getting back in good graces with Uncle Daddy. Does Jen leave her husband Bryce? Does Bryce end up being, strung out like we think he's going to be? Like, what's going to happen? I need to know how this episode, this season ends. They did give us a few snippets of how it may end. Of what's happening in the next episode. But I need to see it for myself. Tell me, what do you think is going to happen? I'm excited. Now I'm kind of figuring, do I give you guys like a midweek recap of the entire season? Tell me, is that something that you want to see? Do you want to see, like on Saturday afternoon, a recap of all of season 1 of Claws, where we are before we get into the finale? Let me know what you think. Tell me if there's some shows you want to see, because this one is coming to an end, which means I will only be reviewing Insecure on Sundays. I really don't want to add another show on Sunday. So if there's something you watch on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday that's coming, that's just starting, that you want me to watch, to review, I can. I'm even willing to go ahead and review stuff that's already started and just go back from the beginning and kind of catch up like that. Tell me what you think. What do you want to see, Ray of Sunshine? Thank you so much for watching my review of episode number 9, Claws, season 1. I am your girl, Talisa. Make sure you subscribe. Have that dialogue with me that you do, because we're family. You know what it is. Like this video. Share it with your friends. Tell them you know you watched this show. Come watch it before it's over. Or even if it's over, go watch it and then go watch all her reviews back to back to back. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.